Hello students, welcome you all in the series of online classes, and our today's topic is children. In our previous video I was discussing exercise 1.5 of the chapter number system. So let's see, today we will proceed from there. That is chapter number 1.5 after laws of exponents for real number. Laws of exponents. So first you must remember some basic laws of the exponent. Laws of exponents. Suppose a be any real number, a raised to power n into a raised to power n, then it will be a raised to power n plus n. This is your first law. Second law is, if a raised to power n whole power n, then exponents will be multiplied together. So a raised to power mn. Third one is, if a raised to power m by a raised to power n, it means the division of the exponents, then it will be a raised to power m minus n when m is greater than n. Fourth one is a raised to power m, b raised to power m can be also written as ab ka whole raised to power m. So in this way you can write, and these are, and you know that the power of any real number is always 1. It means a raised to power 0 equals to 1. So these are some basic laws of exponent on the basis of which we are going to discuss exercise 1.6. On the basis of this, we can solve the exercise 1.6. So let's do exercise 1.6. See the questions from exercise 1.6. Our first question is, find number 1 is 64 whole power 2. Number 2 is 32 to the power 1 by 5. And number 3 is 125 whole power 1 by 3. This is the question. We have to simplify. Now we have to factorize the number 64 in such way we can write the square, because it is 2 here. So a square of any number. So children, as you know that 64 can be written as 8 to the power 2. 8 into 8 will be 64. Whole power 1 by 2. So by the laws of exponent, 8 will be 2 into 1 by 2. 2 will get cancelled. So your required answer is 8. Similarly, in this case, 32 to the power 1 by 5. Now we have to express 32, the fifth power of any number. So we can write 32 as 2 ka power 5 to the power 1 by 5. So after simplifying, we have 2 power 5 into 1 by 5. 5 will get cancelled. So it will be 2. So in this way, this question is also completed. Now similarly, for 125, you can write 5 to the power 3 whole power 1 by 3 equals to 5 to the power 3 into 1 by 3. 3 will get cancelled, and in this way you will got the 5. So what we have done, we have taken this number and we have expressed this number in the power of this number, and thereafter we apply the property a raised to power m into power n whole power n equals to a to the power m into n, and by this law of exponent we have solved this type of question. Now similarly you can do the second question also. So from second question, you can do like this. So from second question you can take the question to find. First question is what? 9 raised to power 3 by 2. Second is what? 32 to the power 2 by 5. And third is what? 16 to the power 3 by 4. And fourth is what? 125 to the power minus 1 by 3. So let's see how this can be solved. Again we have 2 in the base, so 9 will be written in the square of 3. We can write 9 as the square of 3 whole power 3 by 2. This 3, 2 into 3 by 2, 2 will get multiplied, so it will be 3 to the power 3, that is 27. 3 to the power 3, 3 into 3 into 3, 3 3 is 9 into 3, 27. Similarly, so this is your answer. Similarly, for this number also, you can write 32 as 2 ka power 5 whole power 2 by 5, which is 2 power 5th into 2 by 5. 5 will get cancelled. So you have 2 power 2, which is equal to 4. Because square of 2, 2 into 2 will be 4. So your 4 is your required answer. And now in this question, 16 to the power 3 by 4, you can write 2 to the power 4 whole 3 by 4. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 will be 16. That is equal to 2 to the power 4 into 3 by 4. 4 will get cancelled. So it is 2 power 3. That is 8. So this is your answer. Now similarly for this, 125 can be written 5 to the power 3 minus 1 by 3. So 5 to the power 3 into minus 1 by 3. 3 will get cancelled. So it is 5 to the power minus 1. So it will be 5. Because a raised to power minus m can be written as 1 by a raised to power m. So with the help of this property, we solve this. Any number in negative exponent can be made positive by this rule. So by this rule applying, we solve this type of question. So I hope that all of you are understanding. Now see the third question of this exercise, question number 3. Let's see the third question. Third question is what? Third question is to simplify. Simplify. Okay? Yes. The simplification in first question is what? 2 to the power 2 by 3 into 2 to the power 1 by 5. Second is 1 by 3 का power 2 whole power 7. Third 11 to the power 1 by 2 by 11 to the power 1 by 4, and fourth 7 to the power 1 by 2 into 8 to the power 1 by 2. So this is the question which we have to simplify these questions. So for simplification, now we apply the rule of exponents. So we can write it 2 to the power, because the bases are same and it is in multiplied, so their exponents will be added. 2 by 3 plus 1 by 5, which is equal to 2 to the power. The LCM of 3 and 5 is 15. 3 5 ja 15, 5 2 ja 10 plus 1, that is 2 to the power 11 by 15. So I think this is your answer. Now in this case, 1 to the power 1 by 3 square to the power 7. So you can write 1 ka power 7 by 3 power 2 to the power 7. So the 1 by 3 to the power 14. This is your answer. Now in similarly this, it is the case of division. So you can write 11 to the power 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4. So again 11 to the power taking LCM, so 4, 2 to the 4 minus 1, that is equal to 11, 1 by 4. So this is your. Now in fourth question, 7 into 8 whole power 1 by 2 equals to 56 whole 1 by 2. So in this way, these 4 questions have been solved by applying the laws of exponents. So by doing the laws of exponents, you can solve it. These all are very simple questions. Just you have to practice once. Once you do, then it will be easily understandable to all of you. So in this way, this exercise 1.6 has been completed, and with this the chapter 1 is also completed. Now we are on the second chapter, chapter number 2, that is polynomial. What is polynomial? So let's see the chapter polynomial. The second chapter, our second chapter is polynomial. Polynomial. Chapter number 2. Children, first of all, we need what is polynomial. So there is definition of polynomial. First you know the definition. Any algebraic expression in which the power of variable is non-negative integrals only is called polynomial. As for example, you can take 3x cube plus 5x square plus 7x plus 3. So in this expression, you see that the variable is x. And the power of variables are non-negative. It means they are no negative, not negative. 3 is not negative, 2 is not negative, 7, 1 is not negative. And the power of the variables is integrals. It is not in fraction, it is not in decimal, it is. So this is the condition for the polynomial. The power of the variable must be non-negative. Non-negative numbers starts from 0. Positive numbers starts from 1. So 0 is non-negative number. So on the basis of, and their power is integrals number only. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, any one. But it is not in rational, not in fraction, not in decimal. Then it is called polynomial. So this is the definition of polynomial which you should know. Now there are different types of polynomial. Each terms of the polynomial are separated by plus sign. This is your terms, this is terms, one term, this is terms. Terms are separated by plus and minus. And this is coefficient. This is called coefficient of x cube. This is called coefficient of x square, by which it is multiplied. And thereafter there are some different type of polynomial. Zero polynomial. Zero polynomial. Zero polynomial means 0 is called zero polynomial. 0 is called zero polynomial. Okay. And one thing, degree. Degree is the highest power of the variable. In this polynomial, your degree will be degree equals to 3, because 3 is the highest power of the variable. So it is its degree. And in case of zero polynomial, degree of zero polynomial, degree is not defined, that is infinite. Because 0 can be written as 0 raised to power 1, 11, 111. So if you write any power of this x, in case of zero polynomial, it will be 0. So that's why zero polynomial degree is not defined. It is infinite. So this thing you have to keep in your mind. Thereafter there is a constant polynomial. One thing more, that is constant polynomial. Constant polynomial. What is constant polynomial? Any non-zero constant is called constant polynomial. Like px equals to 4, py equals to 5. That's all. The degree of constant polynomial equals to always 0, because px equals to 4. 4 can be also written as 4x to power 0. That's why the degree of zero constant polynomial is always 0. So these things, some basic things you must keep in your mind for your basic concepts, so that you can understand the topic. Now thereafter, in exercise 2.1, let's see few question of exercise 2.1. In exercise 2.1, you can see that 2.1. First question is saying that which of the following expressions are polynomial in one variable and which are not? State reason for your answer. You have to choose whether this is polynomial or not. 4x square minus 3x plus 7. This one is first. Second is y square plus under root 2. Third is 3 under root 2 under root t plus t under root 2. Fourth is y plus 2 by y, and fifth is x raised to power 10 plus y raised to power 3 plus t raised to power 50. So now we have to check whether this is polynomial or not. With the help of the definition of polynomial, you can clearly say that this is polynomial. Yes, it is polynomial. Polynomial. Because the degree of variable is non-negative integrals only. That's why it is polynomial. In second case also, yes, it is polynomial. It is polynomial because its degree is also its power of variable is also non-zero integrals only. This is root on the constant, not on variable. But in this case, no, this is not polynomial because you can write 3 t raised to power 1 by 2 plus t under root 2. So you can see that the power of variable is fraction. The power of variable is not integral. That's why it is not polynomial. Now in second case, y plus 2 by y can be written as 2y raised to power minus 1. So this is also case of not polynomial because power of variable is negative. That's why it is not polynomial. And this is polynomial because yes, it is polynomial. It is polynomial. So in this case, children, you can judge any expression whether it is polynomial or not. So in this way, you can judge by applying the definition of the polynomial only. So after applying the definition, you can judge it. So now your today's homework is all of you must complete exercise 1.6 and 2.1. This is your homework for today. So I hope that all of you have understand the topic.